QUAD. That'll be our quadratic. Okay? So what you want to do is go to your home screen, so clear out of your y equals. Okay, clear that out. There you go. Okay, so you are going to go to Stat, Calc. Okay, now what kind of equation do you think is going to best fit?
Number 5.
Number 5. Okay, now before you, so hit enter there, Chris. Now before you hit enter again, go to your VARS button, VARS, and then go to Y bars, hit enter. And where do you think, if we put Y1, where do you think it's going to put our equation for us?
For the y.
Right, it's going to go ahead and put it in there for us. So hit enter, and then hit enter one more time. Okay, so there's your equation. So what does the last part of D ask you to do?
Sketch the graph on the right.
Right, the last line though.
Oh, that's
Right. You want to write the equation, and what do we need to do? Look at what's in the parentheses.
you need to round. There's hundreds.
Okay, so what is the hundredths?
Second decimal.
Very good, the second decimal. So make sure you write down that equation to the second decimal for each variable, and then go look at your graph and see if it matches, okay? Good job, guys.
Kind of looks exponential. Okay. So think about it, just to refresh our memory. Is that one of the ones that we've seen up until now?
We know it's not the line.
So it possibly could be. So now,
Why would you think it would
what you want to do is try to figure out, jot down your prediction, and then use your calculator to see if you can find an equation that best fits your data. Does an exponential representation best fit this data?
No, actually, it could be exponential and quadratic because it's not possible to have negative radius or mass. So when you take this out of it, you know, theoretically, like talk all abstract, then it could be quadratic. But if, like, only looking in the first quadrant, you can't really tell.
Okay, so how, it could be exponential, and you also said it could be quadratic. What would restrict it if it was quadratic? How could I restrict a quadratic to meet your expectations that you just said?
Or like an absolute value,
never changes
Maybe.
or
in this case.
I don't really know what you mean.
You're on the right track, but if you think about it, you told me that it needs to stay positive because I can't have negative mass and I can't have a negative radius. So if it was hypothetically quadratic, what could I do to a quadratic to restrict it to be
Square root, even root.
You saw that, you said that there can't be a
Okay.
period.
You can't have a negative value.
So what do we have to
Okay,
do?
so now move on and see if I can come up with the equation that either I can restrict with a quadratic, or does there a best fit exponential that fits it? Which one fits it the best?
And then do you all have your data in your stat plot?
We had trouble with that calculator though.
Okay. You gotta turn your plot on. Okay, so let's see if that works. There you go. Okay, so you're gonna go to Zoom 9, and that'll put you up in a window where you can see it. Okay, so you just forgot to turn it on.
Yeah,
There you go. Okay. So now,
That's another solution, very good. So if I take this, are there any restrictions that you can put on your equation to make it stay that quadratic?
like as far as what x can be and what x cannot be.
Is that what a restriction would be? Would that define a restriction? Okay, so maybe I have limits somewhere. What can I limit?
Our x can never be below 0. Our radius can never be less than 0.
Okay, so in practicality, our radius can never be below 0, so there's a restriction. And what about the y's then, or the mass?
Our mass can never be below 0.
It can't be, okay. So how can I put that now in terms of math with x and y? What would I call those restrictions?
Limits.
Okay,
Limits to our domain and range.
domain and range is the target that I was going for. So those vocabulary words keep coming up. Technically, we've seen them up until now, okay? So domain and range keep coming up to ensure those restrictions. Very good. You guys are ready for the back?